Good morning, good afternoon, hello, whatever time you're seeing this. Make sure you get today's do now finished and in the computer. Today, we're going to be talking about, and today's assignment is about texting in writing. Because sometimes when you're writing a story, it makes sense if you're going to put a text in it because that's so much a part of our lives today in this time period. So if your time period has to do with texting, putting that in is a good idea. One way to do it, if it's a quick text when you're writing, is just you only need to put it into italics and refer to it as a text. Like my example here. My phone beeped from Jason. Meet me at the warehouse, 6 p.m. tonight. And that's the whole text, just one line, boop, and it's in, right? Sometimes, though, we want it to be a much longer text. And today's assignment is going to be only text. So you're going to tell a whole story in a text, have a whole conversation in a text. So what you want it to do is look like a text in your story. You want it to look like a text. That's what brings out the realism. We talked about sensory details. This is a way to bring sight into your story so people can see it and they feel like they're part of it. So you have one side for one person talking and everything they have to say, on the other side, the other side. Now, if you can change colors on it, all that is up to you. Today's assignment is just introducing to it, so I want you to do the best you can. It's got to be in a Google Doc. So it can't be just a copy and pasted picture of, say, your phone. You copy the screen. It's got to be something that we can revise in Google Docs. So if you can get a frame of a picture in, that would be fine. You can make it look as close to texting as you want. And the more you can do it, the better. I mean, if you have a Google Doc that you can change around stuff in, that's going to be awesome. That's what I'd like to see. You need to make sure it's clear who's talking on each side. So if at the beginning you said, I need to text Jason my story, then I know that the narrator's on one side and Jason's on the other, and that would be enough. Any other details that you can put in, that's just better. The better you put them in, the more it looks, more it looks like a text, the better. Sometimes, though, we don't know how to do that kind of stuff. So you just got to make it as basic as you can, where you have what I have here, where you have one side is one person talking, the other side's the other. I don't have anything tricky. You could highlight in two different colors and have it separated like that. That's fine. As you notice, I have sentences that go longer than a sentence. So like it says format can be up to you. Many possibilities. See, I had to break it because it was going to go too long. In a text, no lines are very long. That's why you're going to be able to get 2 pages really fast, because you shouldn't be filling up entire paragraphs. It shouldn't be that way. You're going to have it broken up so it looks like that. You do as much as you can. Make it look as much as you can. Once you're done, you're going to turn it in, and you can use emojis. This is perfect where you like to use words like you instead of writing out you. You can do it here. I don't have any other place I would let you do it, but here it's appropriate because that's what you're doing is you're writing text. It needs to look like a text. Spelling can be bad in texts, right? And it should be. So you want it to look as much as you can. You can use emojis. You can use some small pictures. You just want to make it as much as you can. You see they have little things in the middle. That's cool. If you can do that, do as much as you can. The more you can make it look like a text, the more points I'll give you. You'll get all the points if you're trying and you work on it. And we have to talk about it more in class. But if you can really spice it up, I might throw in some extra credit for that. It must be clear who's talking. So make sure you identify, at least at the very beginning, the 2 people who are talking, and then you don't have to worry about it because in a text, there's no additional people unless you start including more people, like a group text, then you got more work to do. This is the assignment that's in Google Classroom, so it needs to be in a Google Doc. It needs to be something that you can revise in the document. So if you don't know how to get it that way, then you just need to try to do the best you can in Google Docs because that's where we're writing our stories. So you're going to create a texting conversation. You can make it a story, part of a story, the start of a story. You're going to be able to use this on future assignments if you like the story, but it needs to be 2 pages long and a format that's appropriate for texting in a story, which is what we just talked about. So if you have any questions on the assignment, feel free to email me, but I want to make sure that I went over it so that everybody would have at least this PowerPoint in a place to start. So keep in mind, this is our first attempt. So my idea is if you don't have it perfect, that's fine. Trying is the key, and I'll give you points for that. All right? So good luck with that, and I'm looking